And Chris has really come a long way with his skill work. But you don't get better as a basketball player working on skill work. Your confidence comes from your work. Just like if you're a really confident person, no man or woman could ever take your confidence away. It doesn't matter what someone says or opinion they have. If you put in the work, you're fine. You're good. But all of our guys, we all start here. Everybody in America starts over. Like Johnny, I was talking. I didn't know. I mean, I just hadn't seen a lot of Central Florida until it was our last game against Cincinnati. I mean, I started watching them. I don't pay attention to what's ahead of us. I never have. So Saturday night, I took a peek. My video guys will put some games on my iPad. So I was looking at them, and I didn't know much about their players, but I'd read about them. I just hadn't seen them, and I saw how good the Folks kid was. I knew Coogs because he'd been around for a while, but I didn't know who Stillwell was. And then I saw their Kansas game, I saw their Texas Tech game, and I realized that they were good. But Johnny lost every player from last year. He didn't have one kid back. He lost every kid, just like Baylor. Baylor didn't return a player from the previous year. One of the things that helps us is but we have a program. We have a great program here. And you'd understand it a lot better if you were here in 2014-15 when we started this. You'd have a much better appreciation for it if you were here. Like Chris knows what we inherited, and we know what we had to go through. Joseph, certainly, but building this program to the point where we have kids coming back every year really helps these freshmen. Emmanuel, and Milos, and JoJo. But all the kids were on the bench last year. Look at Mercy. I mean, most people thought Mercy, outside the program, you can think what you want. You don't know unless you're inside the program. But I never thought Mercy would leave. But I'm around him every day, though, so I have an advantage. And I recruit him and I coach him. But it was a big deal that he came back. It was a big deal for Chase that Chase came back. Ramon came back. Sid came back. Jacob came back. All our guys come back. And that helps us. Now we participate in the NIL just like everybody else. We know what our kids' market value is. I mean, trust me, they're not starving here. They're getting exactly what the market is for them. But we have a very poor athletic department. We're poor. We're poor when I got here, and we're still poor. We probably have the lowest budget of anybody in Power 4, and the way our recruiting is going, we have to stop at some point because we don't have enough money to keep bringing in really good players. And that's not easy for us to do. People ask about recruiting. Teams that have the best recruiting classes usually have the most money. That's the way it is today. Like we know, we signed Akena and Arafan early. A lot of these kids we have will come back, but who knows what else we'll sign? Depends on how much money we have. It's not about who do we want to sign, it's who can we afford to sign. And even though we've been doing this NIL thing, that it still feels funny for me to even say that. It's like a culture shock that's coming out of my mouth. Because for so many years it's illegal to do that. But it's legal now. That's why they call it NIL. Now it's legal.